This week on Now Here with Chris and Kell.
There was 6 slow-moving vehicles full of armed men in the back, and as soon as we went across the street and took a left, they Okay, we're officially able to leave. We just haven't paid our bill yet. There we go. Power cord is away. I put the cover back on the barbecue. Made some chicken for the passage. The boat's looking good. Well, it's looking ready to move. Still looks a little hobo-y. You're about ready to go?
Yeah, just about.
I made some dinner. I'm hiding it in here. Brussels sprouts, serrano ham, and chicken. It's nice leaving at 6:30 p.m. because we can make dinner and eat it semi-fresh while we're underway. How about them apples? Champagne cruising at its finest, huh, babe?
I hope so. I hope that's what happens.
We've had very brief experiences of champagne sailing. Champagne sailing is when you got a nice beam reach, the swells are small, and it's like a movie.
Without the champagne.
Rock and roll, bro. We had some bananas up here, those little Dominican bananas. They're super good, but we made sure to eat them before we left. And we're not leaving on a Friday, so there's that. Wait a second. It's Friday!
But is that going to stop us? No.
Anyway, let's get ready to go.
We performed our last-minute tasks getting everything ready for departure, and then went to fire up the engine.
Okay, 6:30.
We're ready to go.
We're ready.
Ah!
Damn it.
Oh shit, that's the wrong way. I might have screwed up some things.
And if all else fails, just smack it with a hammer. Damn it! Let's try this again. Woo!
Okay, whew. That was a puckler. We're at 8 foot, and then we kept going into troughs, and I saw 7.3 was the lowest, but there was one point when the depth center just went to nothing.
Oh shit.
But we're at 29 feet. I think we're out of the channel, so we're good.
Okay. Woohoo!
A few moments later.
Oh, thank you for opening the doors. There's nothing better than a hot box that smells like Brussels sprouts.
Yep, nothing beats it. Beautiful evening to leave.
Is it?
Yeah.
The sea state is not wonderful. We're getting 12 knots, or 8 knots right in our face. We'll see how it goes. Little bit of a spirited exit here. I'm gonna send this to your mom. She's gonna be so mad at you. She won't listen to me, Diane. I told her not to go out here. I'm holding on to this right here. With my solid hand, I got one hand for me and one hand for the boat. That's the rule. Plus, my butt is up against the rail. I hope you get douched. It won't hurt you, I'll just teach you a lesson. Listen to your husband, sweet hot bacon aioli. Jesus, woman, look in front of you before you do that, okay? Seriously. You look forward and see you're about to hit a wave and don't start walking back yet. Goodbye, Ziwa. Had a great time. You're definitely in my top 2 cities so far in Mexico. How about you, Kelly?
Yes, top 2.
Fighting with Mazatlan?
Maybe number 1.
Yeah, but like, is that your top 2?
Yep.
Mine's Manzanillo and Zihuantanejo. The last 2 have been really cool. Even though we've been here for like 9 days, there's still like places I felt like we could have explored more, and that's a first. I usually run all over these towns and have a really good idea of their layouts.
We went around though.
We did, we saw a lot. Those clouds are kind of getting in the way of the sunset, but they're also making it pretty cool. Check it out.
And as the sun fell into the horizon, darkness appeared at sea, and we both finally felt well enough to eat, after acclimating to this turbulent sea state.
Dinner.
Well, this is certainly looking delicious, and we were both pretty excited about it, but then, just as things were getting serious...
Should have stuck with the corned beef hash. Kelly's not feeling very well. She's probably not appreciating my camera or this light.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you really want to know the truth, this is the reality of like 50% of our time underway.
It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going past an area where we're seeing some lightning. And I don't know if we're gonna end up going through it or if we'll see it off to the side. We've got the radar on and it's been showing us all the squalls, but there's this black patch in front of me that I can't see the horizon, and I'm thinking that's probably an area, and every once in a while there's a bit of lightning. I haven't heard any thunder or anything.
Maybe that's because of your stupid headphones.
But hopefully it's way off in the distance and we don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go back to settling in and listening to my audiobook.
It was a rather uneventful night, thank God. And now, a new day is upon us. The sun is breaching over the horizon, just like clockwork.
It's lightening up. That means I can get my fishing lines out soon. I'm gonna catch a tuna today. We're out, sun is up. Not a particularly pretty day. Kelly finally got to sleep, so I'm giving her an extra hour.
Thank you, dear.
Then I'm gonna take a nap, then I'm gonna get up and make some more corned beef hash, because I love it. And it's the perfect passage food, so delicious.
After Chris's hearty corned beef hash breakfast, we would enjoy some dolphin action before he went down for a nap.
Well, hello guys. Water's so blue. It's like this deep blue. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you.
The dolphins departed and we kept chugging along on our course, rocking back and forth under the sun. With our engine running, we also took this opportunity to make water while underway. Pleased to report, in 1 hour's time, we made 29.1 gallons of fresh drinking water. After many hours of trying not to barf under the heat of the Mexican sun, a cloud cover started to form and our destination came into view. We were finally approaching Acapulco. This was a place we weren't sure we'd ever see. On October 25th, 2023, Acapulco got its ass kicked by one hell of a hurricane.
Back now with a deadly toll from Hurricane Otis.
At least 27 dead after a Category 5 hurricane slammed into the popular Mexican tourist destination, home to nearly 1 million people.
You can definitely anchor in the bay, but it's pretty deep and a little sketchy. This guy named Vicente has some mooring balls in the bay that our friends have used. This was something we'd never done before, but what's the worst that can happen? We weren't exactly sure what to do, but we had a plan and our lines ready to go. And floating out over here are our helping hands. Vicente and his brother came out as soon as I called. They'll be allowing us to use one of their mooring balls for $15 per day for the next 5 days. Okay, gang's all here. I tossed 2 lines out, one off each side of the bow, and they looped us onto one of the moorings. Easy peasy.
Yeah?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, we'll see you soon.
See ya.
Now time for some real food. We've both been a little queasy all day underway, so we haven't put much in our stomachs.
Starting to smell good up here.
Yeah, man. Sorting through our passage meds to try to get us some dinner, get out of this funk. It was not a pleasant passage.
It was
Where
not.
are you?
It was just long and hot, and I think the engine fumes got to us.
The heat sucks. The heat generated by the engine sucks. The fact that the sea state was really confused and the wind kept coming on our nose when it said it was supposed to be 20 knots on a beam sucked.
But anyway,
Burgers, I think.
we made it. We're alive.
Yeah.
We're going to chow down on some burgers and have a night in. And then this weekend, the rest of this weekend, we get to explore Acapulco.
Damn tootin'.
I said it right. I didn't put an extra L in like I've been doing.
Everybody keeps doing that.
Here's another glimpse into real boat life.
I had to get stuff out for the burgers, and I made a mess. I had to tear apart my bed.
Yes, our pantry is under my bed, and guess where we decided to stow the hamburger buns and a few choice condiments. This mini hurricane in our salon was well worth it.
Sloppy. Alright, put that in your mouth.
Burger time?
Burger time.
There we go. That is satisfying. Perfect. Look at us eating at a table. We never eat here because your desk is always here.
Yep, not today. I like the table.
It does make eating easier than standing up and hitting your head on the cabinetry.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, my back hurts. I'm tired. Is that paper towels?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Anyway, after dinner, we went back up on deck for a nightcap and caught a little fireworks show off in the distance. There was no obvious occasion for this celebration, but we discovered in Mexico, you really don't need a major holiday for fireworks. Someone had a reason, so they just put on a show. We were so stoked to be here in the Bay. We were completely surrounded by the city's lights, and it was such a cool feeling to be centered in such an iconic place. The next morning, we kick off the weekend by exploring the city.
Step 1, deploy the dinghy.
Step 2, strap on the outboard to the dinghy by carefully lowering it down. Step 3, hook up your fuel connection. Step 4.
Let's go take a tour of some of the aftermath.
As I mentioned previously, Acapulco was hit hard by Hurricane Otis in late October 2023. This marina's docks were destroyed, and the clubhouse was severely damaged. There was widespread damage to everything in the water and the waterfront. Authorities have identified 33 vessels at the bottom of Acapulco Bay. Yes, this is the same bay we are moored in. As you can imagine, dropping an anchor here would be a questionable idea. There is far too much wreckage down below to get snagged on, and this is precisely why the mooring balls exist. Many of these boats have been abandoned in the bay, despite the fact that they are still floating. This Category 5 storm destroyed over 51,000 homes, damaged close to 80,000 homes, and 80% of the city's hotels and resorts. 52 deaths were confirmed, and an additional 32 others were reported missing. The total damage from Otis was estimated between $12 to $16 billion, making it the costliest hurricane to hit Mexico, and the strongest hurricane to hit Mexico's Pacific coast.
The moral of the story is, get out of the way of hurricanes, because they have power that you would not believe.
Mother Nature's a bitch.
She can be.
That is
It's
crazy.
positively buoyant for sure.
It's like breathing.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like a whale coming up.
Dude, you can see it.
Yeah.
You see the whole structure down there.
As we got closer to shore, the damage appeared to be even closer to the surface and more hazardous than we had thought. Carefully navigating our way around the bay, trying not to get our props snagged on anything too serious, we eventually arrived at the dock. Because there was no longer a real dock to tie up to, one of the locals let us tie up to his panga, and we climbed up the concrete wall to land.
Hola.
Hey,
Alejandro.
is this good?
Yeah? Okay.
We had heard stories of dinghies getting stolen here, and before we even had the chance to ask, Alejandro chimed up with,
I'm watching the thing.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
we began our self-guided walking tour around the crescent shape of the city, not deviating at all from the main drag. No real agenda today, other than exploring by foot and finding some delicious local grub, because life is all about balance.
Dude, have you noticed how huge the bugs are down here? I mean, look at those freaking things. They're everywhere. Even the taxis are bugs.
Yep, this was like the mecca of Volkswagen bugs. At some point, our friendly game of slug bug became borderline abusive. Despite the city being in need of repair from the hurricane, tourism seemed alive and well. This was a very typical Saturday at the beach.
Hey, you notice all those people? I wonder why they're standing in that line.
Why are they standing in that line?
It's the shade from the flagpole.
Oh, that's
But
hilarious.
all these people are standing in it.
There are dozens and dozens of souvenir shops to pop into, full of all types of trinkets, some more crude than others. At some point, Chris got it in his head that we need to get Mondingus a buddy, so that became the mission for this afternoon. In case you are new to our channel, let me explain who Mondingus is. Mondingus is our mascot, our luck charm, our third crew on watch while we're off the boat. He has been with us since the beginning when we left Oregon 2 years ago. And while he's taken a few hits, he's still standing, and we plan on keeping him around. But he's often by himself, which can be lonely, so we figure he needs a buddy. So far, this mission wasn't as easy as I had imagined. We were kind of striking out on finding the perfect figurine. Chris's grandparents used to go RVing in Mexico, and they had quite the collection of ironwood animals, so he was on a very specific mission based in nostalgia. Finally, after many miles of walking and a lot of terrible Spanglish paired with awkward hand gestures,
Sailfish. ¿Cómo se dice?
Desvela. Vela.
Pez vela. Yeah, sailfish. 350? No, it's 300. 300 es okay? Do you have a calcomanía para ese Acapulco? Sí. Okay. 320. This bien.
Okay.
¿Cómo se llama? Gabriel. Chris. Gracias. Hasta luego. We've come a long way today. So far today, we have walked 15 kilometers.
That seems like a lot.
That is a lot of kilometers. That is slightly under 10 miles. By the time we walk all the way home, it'll be 20.
We're not walking all the way home.
There it is, the end of the line. This is the place, that's the Navy base. And then they said don't keep going that way because it's no longer nice, they told us. It's no longer a touristy area. But we speculate that that's where it becomes dangerous to be for us. We think that because there was 6 slow-moving vehicles full of armed men in the back, and as soon as we went across the street and took a left, they you could hear them on their walkie-talkies. Basically, it was weird. It was in English, so we could understand them perfectly. But they're like, the gringos have turned around, stand down. The gringos have turned around.
Yeah.
You'd think if they didn't want us to know what was going on, they'd speak in Spanish, but they didn't. Anyway, we're headed back now. We made it to the end. Look at this art installation, Kelly. I especially like how this eyeball is stuck out. This is like in the middle of the street. It might be a cartel message.
It's definitely a message.
We should move along.
yes dear, let's get a move on and find some dinner before it gets too late. Remember, we still have to get back home, which means climbing back into our dinghy, that is hopefully still there, and then a dicey ride back to the boat.
That looks like a tasty pile of stuff. That looks like a tasty pile of stuff. You got the Hawaiian one?
Yeah.
I got the pastor. And then you just put it in the tortillas and cover it in goo. Now, what a concept. They should do this all over Mexico.
My first bite was delicious. I'm not a fan of corn tortillas despite my best efforts, so I'm just gonna pass on all that. Chris, of course, adds a little salt and works his cheese into a cooperative state.
Yep, that's pretty tasty. Very pineapple forward. Try all the different sauces, know what goes good with what, and then become a brilliant taco dresser. A little dab of that, a little dab will do ya, because it's pretty spicy. Cebolla. That sauce plays really well with the pineapple. I couldn't possibly eat 47 tacos, so I stopped at 46. That was a very tasty meal.
It was.
I would give mine a solid 16. All right, let's find a place to grab a drinky drink.
Well, that was easy. We basically just ducked into the next bar we saw along the main strip. Now, while we both felt totally safe here, it was getting a little late. So we agreed to each just have one nightcap and then really call it a night and head home. And if you're wondering, it's barely 8:30 by this point.
Just gotta rip it off like a band-aid.
Okay, for real now, we should get home. But the city was just starting to transform and come alive.
Well, Kel, I think we've had a day here in Acapulco.
Certainly have.
We don't get to be here very long, so we wanted to get, this is really the only day Kelly has absolutely free.
We made the most of it.
We did. Now we're eating McDonald's Sundays. Nice little cap off.
30 pesos.
And they got our order right, which is nice. So we're gonna head back to the boat, tuck in for the evening. And tomorrow we might venture forward, but we're gonna cap off tomorrow night watching the cliff divers, right?
Yeah. Cliff driver show.
That'll be
Excited
baller.
about that.
Let's get a bus.
Okay.
Warning, the buses here are a little ridiculous. Here, let me show you. And if bright flashing lights are a problem, you might want to look away.
Epileptics should not ride the buses here in Acapulco.
We're on the bus.
It's a little more mellow than I was expecting. The music's pretty low key.
It's like we're at a club.
Yeah, there's definitely bass and bright lights. All right, we got off the crazy bus, walked down some sketchy stairs. Now we got to find our boat. I'm not quite sure where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's this way. And I don't see Alex. I think he gave up on us.
Yeah.
I tried to tell him we'd be out all day.
Up on us.
I would have too. I was like, you don't have to watch it.
Good news, we found our ride, all safe and sound just where we left it.
Just climb off there onto here, walk across, and then you're in our own dinghy.
And we are off.
There we go, Mondigas. We got you a buddy. Where should I put you? This is just ridiculous. You can't see. I think Mondigas should be in the forefront, and our sailfish friend, to be named, should go just like that. Well, now it's perfect. I fixed the stars and the stripes.
Well, that's it for now. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on next week's shit show.
We're being attacked.
Come to Acapulco, get a mooring ball and a swim platform.
Yeah, it comes with every mooring ball.
And keep watching for this week's blooper reel, sponsored by our patrons.
There's something else I did. What was it? I forgot. Uva. Uva is Spanish for grape. If Kelly drank on this and didn't tell me about it as an existing thing, it was purely selfishness. Because she knows grape's my favorite flavor, and she had grape flavored something, and she didn't even let me try it. She was trying to hoard it from me.
No, you
She
were
just wanted to
so
make sure I couldn't have
anti
any of it.
Sugar-free drinks, you were not gonna have it.
Yeah, but
Finally, I got you to come around with the lemonade, but
I love empanadas though, and they don't show up very often. You know, a lot of people, they're big taco people here in Mexico. Not me. I'm an empanada guy. Then my butt's sore. My butt's sore right here.
Yeah?
And right here, I'm sitting, hanging it out the door there. She's a fickle mistress, Mother Nature. If my friend Paul was here, he would make up a poem. What is that boy doing, Kelly? He's covered in shit. I put my hair up in my hat like a girl. There's a bump in the back of me. Oh, by the way, Kelly has a hole in her crotch. She's very self-conscious about it. She's showing all the homeless her beaver. There he goes. Look at him go, okay? Oh God, he's running. Oh, he got shot. Oh, yes. Acapulco is the land of cummy dick mugs. Come on down and check them out. What was that, dear? My little tomatillo.
No wonder.
Oh wait, you're not green.
Tomato and you're sweating like a pig.
Tomate.